Hello fellow colorists, it's Jody here with JI Colorist. Welcome back to the channel and our monthly installment of World Flags, where we are coloring the flags of the world as we lead up to the Olympics, and then we will be continuing on with our flag coloring long after the Olympics, because there are 230 countries in this book, and we are doing the countries in order of their national holiday, should they have one listed. So in July we have 9 countries that we are going to color the flags. We will then go find them on my world map and find their location and scratch it off. Each month we have been trying a different medium. This is Amazon printed paper, so it's not very thick paper. It's kind of like photocopy paper. So we're trying to eliminate as much bleed through as possible. So we have been trying different mediums every month. Keeping that in mind, we are going to be using my Bambino coloring crayons. These are a clay-based crayon, and they're just a tiny little thing, but they are actually really fun to use. So we will be doing them. They are named with fun little names, all to do with animals, and there's a little picture on each one. So this is the actual swatch from my Bliss Fun swatch thing. And I have a bunch of crayons, and these were the crayons that I thought the colors would match the best. If we do need to get into some intricate areas, I'm going to bring out my Tombow twin tone markers that have the super fine nib on them to get into some really detailed areas. So we will do that as our medium this month. So without further ado, it's actually 32 degrees here right now, which is quite warm for Alberta here in Canada. So I am actually going to switch over to a voiceover so that I can actually turn the fan on in the room and have both myself and my dog Daisy not melt away from the heat. So I will be doing a voiceover and talking you through each flag in the country and the information that I have learned about those countries. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Give a shout out for your country and your flag if you are part of the 9 countries that we are going to cover in July here. Also, I am going to insert here a couple of pictures of a hashtag that we will be starting from July 26th to September the 8th, and that covers both the Olympics and the Paralympics, and we are going to be coloring any page using the Olympic colors and or including your country's or your favorite country's flag colors as well. So just a bit more flag info for you there, and something fun for you to participate in. That will be on Instagram. You can tag me there, or you can email me at jicolorist@gmail.com. All right, without further ado, let's get coloring some flags. The first country we are going to be coloring the flag for is Belarus. Belarus is in Eastern Europe, and it borders Russia. The current very far left-hand side of the flag, near the flagpole, is a red and white designed intricate area. There wasn't any indication of what that meant. It just made sure that you knew it was right beside the flagpole. So I apologize if there's more information on that. Their national sport is biathlon, and we haven't had that one yet, so I thought that was very interesting. The top horizontal stripe is red, and it represents freedom and the sacrifice of nations' forefathers. So that's kind of typical with this color. On screen you will see that I am indeed using the crayons. They go on like a pencil crayon, and so they are a clay-based crayon, and I'll talk more about them in the future. Belarus is celebrating an Independence Day on July 3rd, so that is their national holiday. So happy Independence Day for July 3rd. Their flag was designed in 2012, so it's a fairly new flag, and so I think it's a very intricate and pretty flag. The next flag color is green, and that is a bottom horizontal stripe, and green represents life. The population of Belarus is 9,455,000, and that's as of 2024. Shortly here, I will be using a Caren Dache full blender stick, and I am just trying to blend out and erase some of the white of the paper and make the color more solid to see how they blend out. So I just want to say Happy Independence Day for July 3rd to Belarus. Sliding down the page, our next country is Belgium. And Belgium has a national flag that has 3 colors and 3 vertical stripes equally spaced through the flag. I had seen 2 different explanations for the colors of a flag. So what I'm going to do is tell you each one, but I'm also going to insert a picture on screen to identify further explanation of the flag itself. First off, they are having an ascension of King Leopold I on July 21st. So happy Ascension Day for Belgium. Belgium's official language is Dutch, French, and German, so they have 3 languages. The black on the one on the far left is for humility, and it also represents a shield. The middle color is yellow, and it's for prosperity, and it represents the lion. And the third color on the far right is red for victory, and it represents the claws and tongue. So now I'm going to insert a picture on screen to explain that as well. On screen, you will see me using my empty Copic blender that is filled with Gamsol, and this is just another method of blending out and getting rid of the white of the paper. So I'm just using a couple of different methods here. I'm going to use the Gamsol for red because I have red in many of the flags for today, and I thought that just would be a little bit easier. A couple more things about Belgium. Their national sport is soccer, and their population is 11.715 million, and that is of 2024. So happy Ascension of King Leopold I for July 21st. Our next country is Burundi. Burundi's official language is French, and they are celebrating an Independence Day on July 1st, same as Canada. Burundi has 2 colors on their flag, green and red, and I am going to use the Tombow Twin Tone Fine Liner to get the green of the star. In the center, there are 3 6-pointed stars, and it is part of their motto, and it is Unity, Work, Progress, and it also represents the 3 main ethnic groups of Burundi, which is Tutsi, Hutu, and Twa. And I apologize if my pronunciation is not great. The red on the top and the bottom represents independence, struggle, and the suffering of the nation. The white cross symbolizes peace, and the circle in the center represents a traditional drum. The green portions on each side of the drum represent hope for the future development. And Burundi's national sport is soccer, and their population as of 2024 is 13,592,000. So happy Independence Day for July 1st to Burundi. And here is our completed flag after I have used Gamsol and the Caren Dache blender. Happy Independence Day, Burundi. The next country we're covering is Canada, my own country. Canada has official languages of English and French, and we are in the region North America. We celebrate July 1st as Canada Day, and our flag has 2 colors, red and white. Our official colors were declared by King George V in 1921, and that is because Canada is part of the British Commonwealth. Our flag symbolizes pride and strength. In the center of our flag, we have a red maple leaf. The maple leaf has 11 points on it. 10 points are for the provinces, and 1 point is for our territories. We actually have 3 territories, but at the time the flag was completed or designed, we called the territories just the territories. So just a little update on that. The flag maple leaf hasn't changed, but we do actually have 10 provinces and 3 territories now, which we will see when we go to scrape the map off. A little bit of information on Canada. The population of Canada is 39,107,000. Our national sport is hockey, and our summer national sport is actually lacrosse, which is basically summer hockey. So just a little fun tidbit for you there. And here's our completed flag for Canada after I have used Gamsol on the crayons. Happy Canada Day. Our next country in alphabetical order is Egypt, and Egypt's official language is Arabic. They are in Africa, part of the Middle East. And I just want to explain why I keep bringing a cardboard, basically a bookmark. And that's just because with crayons, they're a bit of a messier, less fine-pointed coloring tool. So I just use that as a guide so that I'm not going over the lines and trying to be as neat as possible. So that's what I'm using the cardboard for. Okay, on to information about Egypt. Egypt is celebrating a Revolution Day on July the 8th. They have a population of 114.484 million people. Their national sport is soccer, and the flag you see on screen has 4 colors: red, white, yellow, and black. And I will explain what each color means. On screen you'll see me using an Ecoline marker blender, and that is just another way I am getting rid of the white of the paper. And this is the 3rd type of blender, and I'm just using a variety in this. So the top stripe is red, and it represents sacrifice and blood of Egyptian martyrs. The white middle stripe is for peace. The black on the bottom represents the dark period of occupation. And then in the center we have an eagle, and it represents strength and power. And I am using a Zig Clean water-based marker with a brush tip to get into these fine little areas. And part of this is a white eagle, and other parts are a yellow. Here's Egypt's final flag. Happy Revolution Day for July the 8th, Egypt. Our next country is France. France's official language is French. They are in Western Europe. They are hosting the 2024 Summer Olympic and Paralympic Games. France has a tricolored flag combining the colors of the king in white and the color of Paris, which is blue and red. And I have some further meanings of the colors, and they are as such. The red is for vigilance, perseverance, and justice. White in the center is purity and innocence. And red on the far right is for hardiness and valor. So that's kind of interesting. The national sport is soccer. Their population is 66.383 million. And their national day is July 14th. So happy National Day to France for July 14th. Our next country is Mongolia. Mongolia's official language is Mongolian, and it is in the region Eastern Asia. July the 11th is their Independence/Revolution Day. They have 3 vertical stripes, 2 red sides symbolizing progress and prosperity. The golden somboyo is a freedom of Mongolian people and its independence, and it represents fire, sun, moon, earth, water, and yin and yang, and it is yellow in color, and I'm using a Zig Clean brush pen to do the fine details. In the center, it is a beautiful blue color, which we haven't seen this blue yet today. It's a nice bright blue, and it represents the eternal blue sky. The national sport for Mongolia is Mongolian wrestling, and their population is 3.493 million people. And happy Independence Day to July 11th for Mongolia. Our next country is Morocco. Morocco's official language is Arabic, and its region is Northern Africa. On July 30th, Morocco celebrates Throne Day. Their flag is one large red flag. In the color red represents strength, bravery, valor, and hardiness. The green on their flag represents hope, peace, love, wisdom, joy, and is also the color of Islam. The 5-pointed star itself represents the 5 pillars of Islam. Morocco's national sport is soccer, and their population is 38.2 million people. After a bit of blending with Gamsol, the flag looks beautiful. Our last flag for this version of coloring the flags of the world is the United States of America. United States most commonly used language is English. They are in the region North America, and they celebrate Independence Day on July the 4th. Their flag, and I will have a picture on screen later on to show you more detail, but its colors are red, blue, and white. Red represents hardiness and valor. Blue represents vigilance, perseverance, and justice, and white is purity and innocence. There are 13 stripes representing 13 original colonies, so those are the red stripes, and there are 50 white stars representing the 50 states. The United States national sport is baseball, and I don't think we've had one of those before. Also, their population for 2024 is a whopping 341,814,000 people. Interesting fact on here says Alaska is the largest state in the US, and that is actually the state that is adjoined to Canada at the top of Canada. I would like to say Happy Independence Day for July the 4th to all our colorists from the United States. Last look at our completed flag for the United States. Now let's move on to our map. Okay, this portion of the video is our wall map, and we are scratching off all of the flags as we find them on the map. Now the first one we're going to do these again in alphabetical order. So the first one we're looking for is Belarus, and it is in the region Eastern Europe. And so Belarus is right beside Russia, so way up here. So let me just zoom you in a little bit. Okay, so we will scratch off Belarus. So it borders part of Russia. Okay, that's Belarus. The next one we're looking for is Belgium, and Belgium is in Western Europe. So let's just pull out a little bit and we'll find Belgium. Okay, I just had to zoom in a little bit further. Belgium is below Amsterdam up here, so it's beside Germany and above France. So it's a small area. There we go, and that is Belgium. The next one we're going to do is Burundi, and that is in Eastern Africa. So let's scroll out. Okay, I have found Burundi. It is this tiny little area right there. So I'll try and zoom you in. Burundi is right there. Careful not to scratch anything else off. Tiny little area. Okay, there is Burundi. Alphabetically, the next one is Canada, and I should be able to find that on the map since that is my own country, and Canada is from here all the way to here. So we've got 3 territories and all of our provinces below. So I will go ahead and scratch off. So this is the line. I'll just kind of put a line here. So from there all the way over to here. Okay, I'll scratch all this area off and be right back. Okay, that is the area of Canada, and as you can see, it's from way up here all the way here. I accidentally scratched off a little bit of this is Skagway and Juneau, which is part of Alaska. So that is actually not this little tip here. So that's part of Alaska. So that is the US, which we will scratch off at the end of today's scratching session. But this is Canada, this is Alberta here, and this is where I live, in Alberta. So yeah, pretty big country, and yeah, that's where I am from. Okay, the next country on the list is Egypt. Egypt is in Africa, and it is in the Middle East. So let's scan over back to Africa. Here's Egypt. Nice and easy to find. There's Egypt. The next country we're looking for is France. And France is the host nation of the Olympics. And France is just right here. So there's Paris. And the Olympics start on the July 26th. And then they run until September the 8th, which is a wrap-up and the closing ceremonies of the Paralympics. The next country looking for is Mongolia, and it is in Eastern Asia. So let's move over here to Asia. And Mongolia is right here at the top. So I'll zoom you in a little bit. Okay, so here's Mongolia, right below Russia and above China. The next country we're looking for is Morocco, and that is in northern Africa. And Morocco is right here. So right on the coast. Oops, I scratched off the Canary Islands. Well, here's Morocco, and the Canary Islands are a few little islands right off of Morocco that I should not have scratched off. Sorry about that. And our last country for today is the United States, which back over to North America, and here is the United States. So the United States includes a little piece up here. This is Alaska, And this is also a piece of Alaska, so we will ensure that that's done. And then the United States is all the way here. Okay. Okay, so I'll just show you where we are here. Oops, this was part of Canada. This was also part of Canada. There we go. So those were little pieces of Canada. And here, these are the states. So we've got Florida down here. So that's the bottom tip. And we've got Texas. There we go. Okay, I'll finish scratching off these two areas and be back. Okay, here is the United States. And I do like that they kind of keep them all in a similar color tone. So these are darker tealy green for all of the states, and Canada is a lighter green, so you do know where the, because there's no hard border between a lot of these countries, so it is nice that they switch colors. Okay, I will go ahead and find on the bottom of the map is where all of our flags are. So I will go ahead and find those and then scratch those off. And I'll be back once they're scratched off just to show you where they are and that the flags do match. Okay, I have scratched off 9 flags and we will go find them. Again, if you have one of these countries is your home country, give a shout out in the comments below. The first one that we are doing alphabetically is Belarus. Our next one is Belgium. Traveling over here, we've got Burundi. A little bit further down the line is Canada. Our next stop is Egypt. Traveling over, we have France. Good luck with the Olympics, France. And then here down here, we have Mongolia and Morocco. And our last country is the United States. And that is all of the flags we have uncovered so far. Okay, I'll see you back here next month for another edition of World Flags. Thanks for joining me. I hope you're having a colorful and creative week. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.